Welcome to your Pilates Reformer workout. My name is Melanie, your mildly goth Pilates instructor. Today we're going to do an intermediate advanced full reformer workout. Please place on 3 reds and a blue or 3 heavy, 1 light. Headrest goes up. Meet me lying down on the reformer for footwork. If you are not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so I can see you again. I post new workouts every Tuesday. And if you would like more from me, please become a member. I have a super secret membership series of workouts that no one else has access to. They're really fun. We get into some good stuff. Let's get started. So coming down to lie on the reformer, we're going to begin with our arches of the feet on the foot bar. Toes will be curled over, heels pressed under, neutral spine, so bottom of the sacrum is heavy on the mat. We're going to press in and out. We're going to go for 8. Keeping your abdominals zipped in and up. Take care not to rock the pelvis under. You really want to think about sort of the bottom of your sacrum, which is the part of your spine that's closest to your tailbone, really being your anchor on the mat. Good, warming up the glutes, keeping the ribs connected to the pelvis, so not popping the ribs up toward the ceiling. Let's go for 2 more. And 1. Good. Heels to the foot bar, flexing at the ankle. Let's press out and in for 8. This is 7, really pushing through the heels to activate your glutes. 6, 5, I feel some quads on this one too. 4, 3, final 2, and 1. Very nice. Bring it all the way home. Now we're going to switch to Pilates V. Toes on the bar, heels raised. Heels stay lifted. We extend and bend. Control on the way out, control on the way in. We zip the inner thighs together as we extend, and we release with control. Abs stay on. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Good. Keep the heels lifted as you bring it all the way in. Very nice. Now we'll turn to parallel. Toes on the bar, heels lifted. Press out, and we're going to lower for 3, raise for 3. Lower for 3, raise for 3. So rather than popping down and popping up and stopping at the top, I want you to think about constant motion. So as soon as you hit the bottom, that's when you start flowing down. Flow up, flow down. That will help you strengthen your feet, strengthen your calves, take the work and the impact out of your joints as well. Good. Let's go for 4, 3. It may not seem like a priority to strengthen your feet, but it really impacts everything, or it can impact everything. Lift the heels, bend the knees, bring it all the way home. Next, we're going to flip on to 1 heavy, 1 light, or 1 red, 1 blue. Straps go in your hands. We'll move on to 100. So lie down on your back. Head goes on the headrest. Legs will begin in tabletop. Plug the shoulders into the mat. We're going to roll up, press the legs out, arms go down. We pump the arms, breathe in for 5, breathe out for 5. This is 2, and out. 3, 4, and out. 5, and out. Abs are in. 6, and out. If this is too intense, you can always bring the legs to tabletop or lower the head, but if you can, try to get the legs out. This is 9, and out. Last one, and out. Good. Bend the knees, arms come up overhead. All right, reach back behind you. Headrest will go down. We're going to move into short spine. So straps go onto the arches of the feet. Legs are going to extend up toward the ceiling. Give yourself a little room between your shoulders and the shoulder blocks. Arms long by your sides. You're going to press down to 45. Feet come up. Lift the tailbone up. Close the stopper. You're going to bend your knees. Open the knees. The heels come in toward your pelvis. Roll the spine down 1 vertebra at a time. Press the legs out to 45. They go to parallel. Hinge at the hips. Feet and hips come up. Good. Close the stopper. Find your high point. Bend the knees. Roll the spine down. So there are a couple of variations for this one. There's the variation that I just did where your heels immediately move along with your legs. Another choice you may explore is bend the knees. Keep the heels high where they are until you can't move them anymore and roll them into your bottom. I'll show you that one more time. There's no right answer. Pick the option that works for you. Good. We'll take 2 more. I'm gonna switch back to the original variation that I did where the heels start moving. But you can do whichever one you like. Good, last one. Lift, bend the knees, melt the spine down one vertebra at a time. Very good. Straps come off of the feet. We're gonna move into coordination next. Straps and hands, arms come up toward the ceiling, legs start in tabletop. You're gonna roll up, legs extend out, open, close the legs, knees come in, elbows bend, press out, open, close, knees in, bend the elbows, press out, arms and legs go out, open, close, knees come in, elbows next, 2 more, open, close, keep the curl if you can, last one, open, close, knees in, elbows in. Rest your head down, rock it side to side. Next, we're going to switch on to one red or one heavy spring. I've grabbed the straps into one hand. I'm sitting cross-legged, facing forward. My butt is pretty close to the shoulder blocks. Straps are going to go into my hands. I'm going to begin pressing the arms forward and lowering them down. So my pinky fingers are just about brushing the sides of the machine, and you'd really want to think about lifting up out of your lumbar spine so you don't have a curve and, you're not curling under with the pelvis. Press up and out. Think about someone lifting a thread through the top of your head up toward the ceiling. A few more. Reaching the fingertips forward. Every time you reach forward, shoulders are rolled back. 2 more. Palms facing the ceiling, and 1. Good, now that you're here, fingertips face each other, elbows rotate up like you're hugging a big tree or a big pumpkin. Open the arms, fingertips come to touch. Good. Squeeze. Open the elbows, open the fingers, squeeze. Once again, lift up out of your low back. 4 more. This is 3. Last 2. Good. Think about your ears drawing back so your neck isn't hinging forward, and 1. Good. Next, we're going to go into shave head. So thumbs together, index fingers together, hinge forward. That triangle comes to the crown of your head. Still drawing your ears back. We're going to extend up to the ceiling. Good. Let's go for 8 more. Elbows stay wide. Think about hinging forward from the waist and reaching your arms up on an upward diagonal toward where the ceiling meets the wall. And try to avoid your shoulders hiking up. You really want the shoulders to melt down even as you reach. Good. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Good. Reach the arms up. Sit up nice and tall. Next, we're going to stay in the same spring load. Legs will extend in front of you long. I'm going to start with my arms down by my side. So elbows are bent, tight into my waist. I'm going to extend the arms up on a diagonal, lower the fingers to the mat, raise them up, sit up taller, elbows come in. Extend the arms up, lower down, tap the mat, lift them up, elbows bend. 5 more. Up, tap the mat, lower down, bend the elbows in. Make sure you're not lifting up out, make sure you are lifting up out of your low back. Pardon me. Good, feeling lots of shoulders, some back. Good, 2 more. Reach up, tap down, grow taller, and in. Also take care and make sure your rib cage isn't popping up and you're not extending through the back. Good. Now we're going to reach down, try to skim the mat with your hands as you reach forward. Lift the arms up as you sit up. Arms come around to the side, bend into the waist. Let's keep it going, front rowing. Curve over, skim the hands along the mat, reach up, shoulders are down, arms go around, and bend into the waist. 4 more. Skim the mat, press out, around, and in. Scoop as you reach forward, and up. Hands glide along the mat, curve through your spine, feel your abs engaged. Let's take 2 more. And up. Last set. Very nice. Let's move on. All right, next we turn around for back rowing. So your legs will extend long over the headrest. You can cross your feet at your ankles, or you can just lay them next to each other if that works for you. I'm gonna scoot forward so that I have about a hand's distance between my butt and the edge of the mat. I'm gonna grab my palms in my hands and bring my knuckles together while I'm holding the ropes in a fist. And I'm gonna keep them anchored together as I roll back, extend my arms long. I'm gonna dive my head down toward my shins, grab my hands in the back, bend the elbows, extend, reach up with the arms. Arms come out to the side, come all the way forward, and find your clasp position as you sit up tall. So this one's a little tricky with the coordination, but I'm still working on it, but we can all get it. Knuckles together, round back, reach the arms back, dive the head down, clasp the hands, bend the elbows, extend them up, stretch, reach the arms around, and come up to sitting once again. Sit up nice and tall. Round back, extend the arms out, dive the head down, curling, grab the hands, bend the elbows, reach up, arms come out to the side, support yourself with your abs, and knuckles together. Last one, round back, finding a nice curve, reach the arms out, dive the head forward, nice C curve, nice round spine, clasp the hands behind you, reach the arms up, hands come out to the side, reach forward, and let's move on. Last in our rowing series, flat back hinge. So I'm gonna bring my arms up to a right angle. I'm gonna hinge back, extend the arms up over my shoulders, reach up long, curl over my legs, find a nice big stretch. I'm gonna go for a chest expansion, bringing my palms to my sides, palms facing forward, arms come up, palms face out as I bring the arms forward. Back to a hinge, press back, arms up, reach over, curl forward, reaching for the ankles, pull the hands back toward your sides, arms come up, top of the hands comes towards each other, find your right angle with the arms. Two more. Hinge back, reach, curl it forward, slowly with control, hands come back to my sides, palms facing the reformer, arms up, back of the hands face each other. One last time. Bend the elbows, hinge back, reach up, fold over the legs, nice big curve, pull the hands to the sides, arms come up, back of the hands together. Great job. Next, we're gonna modify pulling straps, T and triceps without the box. Traditionally in a studio, I would do that with you, but we wanna modify for no props today. So I'm gonna thread my hands through the straps, hands onto the ropes above the hardware. You can be seated on your heels or in a cross-legged position. You're gonna hinge the torso forward, so not rounding in the spine, but sticking your bottom out. I'm gonna have my arms out to the side. I'm gonna pull them toward my hips and lower down. Big breath in, exhale. Press the palms up toward your hips, bring it down. So I'm not lifting my chest for this one. I'm staying in the hinge, keeping my neutral spine. Arms extend forward. Use your back muscles as you bring them back. Also take care not to pop your rib cage or arch your back as you're pulling forward. You really want your ribs to be oriented down toward your spine. And one more reminder, take care not to let your chin and head jut down toward the floor. You want to tuck your chin back, draw your ears back. Good. And rest. For this next one, I'm going to fully sit on my heels, uncurling my toes, but you can stay where you are. I'm going to flip my wrists to face the ceiling, and I'm going to keep my hinge, draw my arms out to the side while keeping my wrists facing up, bring the hands forward. So I'm keeping that hinge, nothing in my torso is changing. Good, and I bring the hands forward. Hands out to the side and forward. So it's very tempting to bring the palms to face down, but to really hit the part of the upper back that we want, it's best to really feel that wrist rotated toward the ceiling the whole time. Take care to keep your shoulders down. We've got one more. Nice. Okay, last up we go for triceps. I'm gonna go back onto my toes for this one. Do whatever feels most comfortable. Find your hinge one more time. Pull straps to prep. I'm gonna keep the hinge, bend and extend the elbows. So nothing is moving except for the elbow hinging. Good, let's go for 6. This is 5, Last 4. Elbows stay tight to the body. 3. Last 2. And 1. Very good. Return the carriage to the stopper. Let's continue on. All right, next we're going to move on to roll downs and reverse teaser. I switched onto 1 red, 1 blue, or 1 heavy, 1 light. My hands are on the ropes above the hardware. My heels are on the headrest. Scoot your bottom about halfway between the headrest and the back edge of the mat. Sit up really tall. Big breath in, shoulders roll back. You're going to exhale, roll the spine down, 1 bone at a time until you hit a nice deep low point and a big curve. Exhale, keep your collarbone wide. Roll the spine up, 1 bone at a time, as tall as you can as you get to the top. Deep breath in, exhale. Really focus on that articulation. Like you're rolling down 1 bone at a time in slow motion. Find your really low point. Exhale, chin toward your collarbone. Roll it up nice and tall. Really feel the deep abdominal work as you do this one. No need to rush. You're actually cheating yourself out of really deep core work if you're rushing through this one. Good. Collarbone wide, chin toward your chest. Roll up really tall. Let's do 2 more of these. Big breath in. Exhale. Think about your painting with a paintbrush, and your spine is that paintbrush. Good. Exhale. Using your breath here might not seem like it means a lot, but exhaling on the really hard part helps you manage your core pressure so that you're not increasing your risk of hernia or pelvic floor problems unnecessarily. Exhale, roll up. Good. Sit them nice and tall. Let's move on to reverse teaser. So my hands are going to stay on the ropes above the hardware. I'm going to roll down back to that low point. But this time, once I get to the low point, I'm going to lift 1 leg to tabletop, other leg to tabletop. So you have a couple of options. We're going to go from the C curve, rolling up all the way as high as we can. Big breath in, exhale, roll it all the way down. Other options, as you roll up, you can begin extending 1 leg to 45, alternating sides. If that's feeling very doable for you, the next logical step would be extending to 45 wherever you can. Good. Take a few more of these at your own pace, and if none of that is doable, feet down on the headrest, roll up. There's absolutely no shame in rolling back to feet planted, especially if you've never done teaser before. It's really a challenging one. I personally am struggling a little bit right now. Good. Let's lower the feet down. Big breath in, exhale, chin toward your chest. Roll up to sitting. Let's move on. All right, next up we move to mermaid. So your knees are going to come up against the shoulder blocks, stacked one on top of the other. Your hand is going to come to the center of the foot bar. You're going to really get your hips stacked. Top arm is down by your side. Big breath in. You're going to exhale, push away as you reach the arm up and over. Shoulders down, palm faces the floor. Big breath in. Exhale, use your abs to bring you back to starting. Let's take it again. Reach up and over. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring it up and back to starting. Let's take 1 more. Big breath in. Reach up and over. Reach up. And this time, as we close the stopper, you're going to hold on to the shoulder block in front. Reach your left arm over to the side. Rotate to face the shoulder blocks. Bring that arm down. Get a nice side stretch. Reach back up. And we're going to go for the other side. So next, we're going to turn around. Stack your legs again. Knees up against the shoulder block. Opposite hand is on the center of the bar. Stack your hips so you're lifting out of your waist. Top arm reaches up and over, lifting out of your waist. Palm faces the floor. Big breath in, exhale. Use your abdominals to control the carriage in. Let's go for 2 more. Deep breath in, shoulders down, reach up and over. Get the nice side body stretch as well as the abdominal work. And 1 more. Deep breath in, shoulders down, neck is long. Reach over to the side. Feel the obliques on the top. Good. As you close the stopper this time, sit up really tall. Reach your top arm up and over to the side. Turn the torso to face down. Reach your fingers toward the shoulder blocks. Reach up and over. Good. Let's move on. All right, next we're going to go into our long stretch, etc. series, which you might recognize if you've been doing my recent videos. So we're still on one heavy, one light, or one red, one blue. We're going to come to a plank. So headrest will go up. Sticky pad goes onto the headrest, or please wear grip socks so you don't slip. Hands come to the foot bar. Legs reach long behind you. Toes are curled under. You're going to find a plank position here. Arms are going to press out. Head reaches on an upward diagonal as you come in. So every time you extend out, nothing's changing in your torso, hopefully. Bottom isn't poking up toward the ceiling. Core is stabilizing. You're also using your shoulder muscles here to help you. But core is the main thing that's getting worked. And you don't have to push out super far. This can be just a few inches if that's what you've got access to. But the goal is to push far away. Use your core to stabilize as you come up. Good. One more. And back. Very nice. Close the stopper, bend the knees, bring it back. Next, we're going to bring the knees down. We're going to go for our down stretch. Heels and soles of the feet come to the shoulder blocks. Hands down on the foot bar. You're going to send your hips forward. Chest stays proud and forward. We're going to send the carriage back and forth. So your ribs are staying oriented toward your pelvis. Whoops. Try not to bang the stopper. Good. Exhaling as you press back. Inhaling as you come in. Chest stays proud. Good. Let's take 3 more. And in. This is 2. And in. Last one. And in. Very nice. Bring it closed. We're going to come to standing next. Next, we're going to go into up stretch. So my heels will be halfway up the shoulder blocks, balls of the feet down. I'm going to begin by pressing out into my plank position. I'm going to bring my shoulders over my wrists. I'm going to pike my hips up toward the ceiling, look for my toes, send the feet away, bring the carriage in, still looking at my toes. I'm going to pike my hips up toward the ceiling, press the toes back, draw the carriage back with control. Still looking at my toes. Hips pike up, press out, shoulders over wrists. Pike the hips up, still looking for your toes. Press out. Head comes forward, shoulders over wrists. Butt up to the ceiling, look for your toes. Press out. Bring it back. Last one. Butt up to the ceiling, pike it, looking at your toes, press out. All the way home. Good. Let's bring our soles down to the mat and we'll go for elephant. Heels up against the shoulder blocks, lifting the toes up, palm shoulder distance apart. I'm going to press out and in, out and in, using your abdominals to control the carriage. Good. You can either be very flexed through the upper spine or go for more of a neutral spine. Whatever gives you more meaning here. I think I'll go for more of a flexed. That gives them a little bit more abdominals sometimes. Good. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Very nice. Close the stopper. Let's move on to knee stretches, knees off of the machine. So let's start with knees down. Heels come back up against the shoulder blocks, soles of the feet back. You're going to lift up, press the knees. We're going to keep them off of the machine, extend out and in. We're going to go for 20. If this is too much, you can do this with the knees down. Good. You've got 15 more. Make sure your chin isn't jutting down toward the floor. Good. Make sure your belly button is zipped in and up. 10 more. This is 8. Keep it nice and brisk. 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it all the way home. Lower the knees. Let's move on. All right, next up we're going to go for stomach massage. So please place on 3 red springs or 3 heavy springs. If you've got a sticky pad, place it under your bottom. Toes are going to come to the foot bar, heels together, toes apart. Going to hold on to the front edge of the mat. And if this position feels really uncomfortable, you can do this sitting on a box if you have access to one. Or if holding on to the carriage doesn't feel good, you can also wrap a resistance band around the foot bar and hold it here. All options if this doesn't work for you. But I'm going to go for the full expression today. Fingers wrapped around the front, curl your spine back. We're going to press the carriage away, lower the heels under the foot bar, raise them up, bend the knees. Press away, lower the heels, lift up, and back. You'll see my butt is slipping a little bit. That's because I didn't bring a sticky pad today. Tisk tisk. Good. Lower down. Keeping that curve, looking at your belly the whole time. Good. This is 4. And lower, lift, and back. 3. Lower, lift, and back. 2. Lower, lift, back. And 1. Lower, lift, and back. Next, I'm going to go for stomach massage, flat back. So I'm sitting up really tall. Hands are reached back on the shoulder blocks behind me. I'm going to press out, lower the heels, lift the heels, bend the knees, bring it in. Lower the heels, lift the heels, bend the knees, bring it in. 4 more. Gaze is forward. This is 3. And if you're taking the option with the resistance band, you don't have to reach back, just repeat the same movement as you did in the last set. And 1. Good. Bend the knees, bring it home. We're going to take off 1 red spring, or 1 heavy spring. Back on 2 reds or 2 heavies. Next, we're going to reach forward with our fingertips on an upward diagonal. I'm going to press the carriage away, bend the knees, bring it home. Still sitting up high, press away, bend the knees, bring it home. Press away, bend the knees, bring it home. 1 more, and back. This time I'm going to twist to the right. Right arm reaches out and back. Twist to the left. Left arm reaches back and out. Sitting up really tall. Each time you come center. And 1. Let's take 1 more each side. Good. Last one. Good. Feet on the foot bar. Toes still on. Extend the legs long. Press the heels under. Take a nice long stretch. Big breath in. Exhale. Release. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Let's keep it moving. All right, next we're going to come to lying down. We're on 1 red, 1 blue spring. Headrest is up. We're going to go for our leg series. So straps will come onto the arches of the feet. And we're going to extend the legs long up to the ceiling to start. So I'm in a nice neutral spine. So I've got a natural curve in my spine. The bottom of my sacrum is really heavy. I'm going to start lowering and lifting just to begin. Hinging at the hips. Keeping my rib cage pointed toward my pelvis, not up toward the ceiling. Good. Exhaling as I press away. Inhaling as I come up. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Nice long legs. Really engaging the quads to straighten out the knee or knees. And last one. Good. Now we move into leg circles. So we're going to press down, open up, bring it around, and up to center. Press down, open around, and back up. Let's go for 6 more. You can take this very wide or very modest, depending on whatever feels good to you. One is not better. A more classical circle is pretty high, around 45. A more contemporary version would be a really wide range of motion. So go with whatever floats your boat. You've got 3 in this direction. Last 2. Check in with your abs. And 1. Good. Let's reverse. Up at the top, we're going to open, draw the legs together, keep them squeezed as you bring them up, around, together, and up. 6 more. Good. This should be, hopefully, the enjoying time. I feel like everybody likes feet in straps, or at least it's a very popular opinion. Last 2. And 1. Very good. Legs come all the way up. Next, I'm going to switch to Pilates V, flexing the feet, heels together, toes apart. I'm going to press the legs down to 45. Keep the heels together, bend the knees, extend to 45. Bend the knees, extend out. Bend the knees, extend out. Good. Let's go for 4. This is 3. Last 2. And 1. Good. Now let's turn them into frog circles. Bend the knees, extend up, press down, bend the knees. So I'm drawing a circle with my heels, extending the legs up toward the ceiling and pressing down. Good. Let's go for 5. Squeeze the legs as you go down. 4. Think about flexing through the ankle rather than just through the toes. Last 3. Think about this all being slow motion, like you're moving through thick mud. And last 1. Good. Let's reverse. Knees bend, heels come toward the pelvis, press out to 45, bring the legs up. Knees bend, heels down, press out and up. Of course, you can take those legs quite low if that suits you. One thing I would caution you not to do is bring the knees too close to the pelvis, because that will automatically bring you into a posterior tilt or tilt under, which is not what we're going for right now. I'm going to keep that spine neutral for this one, or at least that's my objective right now for you. Good, the last two here. And one, very nice. Legs come up toward the ceiling, flex the feet, legs are in parallel. Give the ropes a little pull. You can bend one leg, extend the other for a little bit of added pizzazz, a little extra zhuzh. Good, let's do that one more time each side. Good, legs extend up, butterfly, heels together, knees apart. Hold on to the ropes, let the heels come down toward the mat or into the well. Really take this as a reset time. Use your 3D breath, expanding your rib cage in every direction. Exhale, everything sinks down. Big breath in, exhale. Release, hit the like button if you could sleep here. Big breath in, exhale. And relax now. Hopefully feel like you had a mini nap. Let's extend the right leg out to the side. Pull the rope in toward your side. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Heel comes back in toward your pelvis. Other side. Left leg reaches out. Flex at the foot. Draw your foot in and back up. Very good. Next, let's move into long spine. So I placed my headrest down. That's very important. Please place your headrest down. I'm going to scoot away from the shoulder blocks a little bit, and my legs are going to extend up toward the ceiling. So long spine is a little bit different from short spine, and I'll tell you what to do. We're going to squeeze the legs together in parallel, lower the feet down. We're going to raise them up. This time you want to reach the toes directly up to the ceiling rather than over your shoulders. You can't see my feet, but I promise they're there. Open the legs at the top, roll the spine down, legs come together, and we repeat. Legs go up. Try to get your legs in a vertical-ish line. Open the legs at the top, roll the spine down, use your arms pressed into the mat, and lower down. If you need a little more support, try adding 2 red springs or 2 heavy instead of 1 red, 1 blue. Lower down. Try not to move the carriage as you roll down. Legs come meet together at the bottom. One more. Roll up. Find your high point. Open the legs at the top. Roll the spine down, excuse me. One bone at a time. Legs start to lower. Squeeze together. And let's be done with that. Straps come off of your feet. Close the stopper. All right, next we're gonna go into pelvic lift in prancing or running. So I'm keeping my head down for this one. That's most comfortable for me. I'm on 3 reds, 1 blue, or 3 heavy, 1 light. My arches will come to the outer corners of the foot bar. I'm going to begin lifting the pelvis up, not to my full bridge, just halfway, and lower down. Try to keep the carriage stable to begin. Lower down. So I'm not focusing so much on my glutes squeezing, although they are activating here. I want to think about keeping a neutral spine and using my abdominals to really control this lift. So seems like it's a baby bridge, which I guess it is, but you really want to think about those muscles between your hip bones, the deep, deep core layer really firing on. So also really focus on that natural curve. So same sensation as when you try to get your tailbone heavy on the mat. That will hopefully help you isolate the abdominal portion of this. Good, let's do 2 more here. Keep the hips where they are. I was going to say high, but slightly lifted. We're going to press out and in. Press out and in. So we're not going too high with the hips. Staying where it is, it's staying in neutral. Now we're using more glutes to stabilize here. Let's go for 6. This is 5. And in. Last 4, exhale as you press away and in. Control on the way out and on the way in. Last 1. And in. Good. Lower down, close the stopper. Let's bring the feet to parallel next. So balls of the feet on the foot bar. Heels are raised. I'm going to lift my headrest for this one because that feels better to me, but you do what feels best. We're going to press out, and now we're going to lower one foot, lower one heel, lift the other. So for this, instead of accent down, really getting a calf stretch, I'm thinking about accent up, really going for like an energizing sort of feeling here. So it's like your little mini cardio break. You get a little bit of extra press on the way up. Good. Let's go for 10, switch, 9, switch, 8, 7, 6, halfway there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And surprise, double pulse and up, double pulse, up, double pulse, up, double pulse. You've got 5, switch, up, 4, switch, up, 3, and switch, 2, and switch, last 1, and switch. Guess what? The hard part of class is over. Hang out in your calf stretch. Take a deep breath in. You just get to stretch now. Very nice. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, switch sides. Opposite heel presses under the foot bar. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Good. Lift your heel, bend the knees, bring it all the way home. We're going to sit up and move on to some stretches. So I'm switched on to one red and one yellow spring, or one heavy, one extra light. You can do this on one red or one heavy. I'm going to put my left foot up against the shoulder block, right foot aligned with the front edge of the machine. Square off the hips so that both hip bones are facing directly forward, as are the shoulders. I'm just going to send the carriage back. I'm going to let my spine relax. So sometimes we do curled under pelvis variation for this one. Let's not go for that today. We'll just relax, let the lumbar spine do what it wants to do. Just try to move around. Find your hip stretch on the left side here. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Press it back. Let's lift the right arm up. Reach back. Reach up and front. Let's take that one more time. Hips and shoulders square. Press back, right arm reaches up to the back, little twist, reach up, hand down, and bring it forward. Let's go for the other side. Left foot aligned with the front edge of the machine, right foot up against the shoulder block. Let's just begin pressing back. Again, not getting too precious with the positioning of the pelvis here, just letting the lumbar spine release. Although we are making sure that the hips are square, shoulders are square. Let's press it out a second time. And back, third time, and back. Good. Next time we press back, you're going to reach the left arm up, find a little twist to the left, reach back behind you, left arm up, back down on the foot bar, bring the carriage in. I like that one, that feels nice. Press the carriage back, reach up with the left arm, twist to the left, left hand goes back, reach up, good. Bring the carriage all the way in. Next, we're going to kneel on the carriage. Left foot is up against the shoulder block. Right foot is up on the foot bar. I've got the arch of the foot there squaring off the hips. I'm going to send my left knee back and bring it forward. Again, going for that psoas stretch here. Really going for chest staying high as best as I can. I'm just flossing that knee back and forth. Good. Next, I'm going to go for a hamstring stretch. I'm going to extend my right leg forward, and while I'm here, I'm going to send my left knee back and forth. If that knee movement is not jiving for you, do what you can. You can always keep it here. Just bend and extend the knee. I'm going to go for 3 more of these knee presses. Do what you can. Good. Let's go for the other side. Right foot comes up against the shoulder block, left foot on the center of the foot bar. Let's begin first sending the right knee back and forth, And again, we really want to orient both hip bones forward. Chest is lifted as best as possible. If you need to come up a little bit higher on the hands, it's not the end of the world. Good. Let's wrap up with the knee presses. Next, I'm going to take an extension of the left leg, and I'm going to send my right knee back if I can. Otherwise, hang out wherever you can in this hamstring extension on the left, but I'm going to go for it. So right leg flosses back or presses back. Hips stay as square as you can, and take this as far as you like to comfortably. Do not push this too far, please. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Good. Let's wrap up. And your last little bit of stretch. Right knee comes in first, left knee bends, and you did it. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to see more, please make sure you're subscribed. I post new workouts every single Tuesday. And if you'd like to see more from me, please join my membership. I post exclusive workouts with a lot of fun variations, so I'd love to see you there. If you're looking to continue your workout, I'll leave another option link down below. And I'd love to say thank you so much to my membership subscribers. You guys are the best. I so appreciate your support. And thank you as well to my super thanks supporters. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Thanks. Love you guys. Bye.